Hello, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're joining me from around the world. Welcome back to this special edition titled The Container. This is the part 4 of this special series. For this outing, we want to look at relationships which Jake demonstrated or displayed while he was still living at our services. So from the time when I began to go to the location where I met Jake until he finally left that service, he had dated up to, I'd say, more than 10 women. This was a space of about 4 years. There were, more than 10 women. He was constantly changing them as frequently as he could find them. Rumor had it that he was bisexual, although he was never seen with men, only women, but he wanted to present himself as one who swung both ways. He only was with women, nevertheless. He also preferred to date older women who were twice as much his age, if not more. When we had this conversation and I asked him why did he go for older women? Some of them were as old as his mother or even older than his mother. He just shrugged his shoulders and didn't really have anything sensible or logical to share as to why he would prefer older women. So he was always with older women, and he preferred them on the large size, king size. This was a guy who was 6 foot more. I don't know the exact, but he was over 6 foot. He was really tall. He was obese as well, but not morbidly obese, but he went with those obese, large women. And they all were usually working class women, whereas he was younger than them, way younger, not working, presenting as one with special needs. So we really did not understand what was going on with this guy. So those were his preference in relationship. The baffling thing was that they never lasted, hence so many women in 4 years. He could have one today, and by next week, well, he would come and say, "Oh, I have a girlfriend." He would talk about my girlfriend, like you should know. What happened to Fiona last week? Oh, we're done. What happened? Nothing. I just met another one. So it was really perplexing what was going on with this guy. He just changed them so rapidly. And another thing was the fact that he didn't only date women from outside the service. He also helped himself to women who lived at the service as well. So there were other young women who were older than him who would have him and he would just be with them. I remember him vividly telling me at some point that, oh, so and so we're together, we're in a relationship. And I was like, no, you're joking. And you were like, yeah, we are. And we would see him sneak through her window into her flat. And we were like, what's wrong with this guy? And this was someone who was very manipulative, domineering, controlling. She had been in and out of jail, basically. And just like in jail, where like I've heard and seen, where you have the one who controlled the block, she was like that. She wanted to bring that kind of attitude to the service. So she would intimidate other customers to take in stuff from them and just be in charge of the block, basically, until we stepped in and made sure that didn't happen. So we didn't know whether she intimidated Jake to be in a relationship with her, but once she came crying and just complaining how she took some speakers or headphones from Jake and he wanted them back. She didn't give it back. He told his mother and his mother called her. So she came speaking to us in the office saying, oh, he was a crybaby. He reporting to his mother, getting his mother to come and take care of his business. And she just washed his dirty linen in public. And I did warn him, be careful of this person. She's not saying good things about you. But that was shortly after he came and told me that they were in a relationship. So I was like, okay, maybe you deserve her. Anyways, anyways, his relationships never lasted. The bottom line is the women, he just wanted women, people who would keep his bed warm, as well as him keeping their beds warm. Where did he find these women? Dating sites. Yeah, he found them on dating sites. I also had another customer, another person who lived at our services who found men. This was a girl who found men on dating sites. So Jake found them on dating sites. He was warned several times to be very wary of these people he met on such places because you didn't know them, they couldn't be trusted, that he didn't really care. He met one of these women who, or he said he was in love, they were going to get married. They were together not too long. He came announcing to us that, oh, she was pregnant. He was going to be a father. And we were like, hang on a second. You're barely out of your mother's apron string. You are still a child yourself. Who needs guidance? You're going to be a father? Seriously? Have you thought about that? Do you know what that means? But hey, he was in love according to what he said. And they were going on, and eventually, after a few weeks, he self-harmed. And by the time we got to the bottom of that, he stated that that person, after all, that girlfriend, so-called girlfriend, after all, wasn't pregnant. She had just deceived him. I'm not sure for whatever reasons, because he was already with her. So why did she have to pretend to have been pregnant? So he self-harmed and he got the attention he wanted at the time. Barely after that episode, we didn't even know when it was over between him and that lady, he showed up with someone else. He started talking about someone else. So I was like, hang on, where is this person? They're like, oh, that's done now. So, oh, well, yeah, she didn't have the child. She wasn't pregnant. But we ended it because she still came visiting. They reconciled. And it's a messy situation, really, to be honest. He stated that woman, that ended. So he was in another relationship with someone else. Well, because I have to go right now, I will continue from here because this was through this last lady that he left our service, the support he was getting from us. Thank you for your time. I will certainly be back to complete this about this woman and a different aspect of Jake. Take care.